Every day I used to check my mailbox, and every other day, something would go missing. At first, I thought it was the post office's mistake, but one morning I saw it with my own eyes. A woman was stealing my mail, and the biggest shock was that this woman was none other than the head of our neighborhood committee, someone everyone trusted. All right, now I'll start telling you my full story step by step. If you like the story, please be sure to comment and let me know. I used to wake up every morning at 6 a.m. After freshening up, the first thing I'd do was check my mailbox, but every single time, it was empty. No bills, no letters, no parcels. At first, I thought, maybe nothing came today. But when it started happening every day, I felt something was off. Within 1 week, 3 of my expected mails didn't arrive. Meanwhile, my friend Jerry was receiving all of his on time. One day, I asked him, "Hey, did you get your electricity bill?" He replied, "Yeah, it came yesterday. I already paid it." That's when a question hit me hard. Where the hell is my electricity bill? Then something else went missing. A small Amazon parcel. I got the delivery notification, but the mailbox was empty. That's when I knew. This wasn't just some post office error. Something else was going on. And the strange part? It was only happening to me. No one else had complained. Either I was really unlucky, or someone was stealing my mail. But who? I decided to find out myself. The next morning, I made some tea, held the cup in my hands, and sat on my balcony, from where I had a perfect view of the mailboxes. Time passed slowly. I observed every car, every person walking by, and then she appeared. A woman, dressed neatly, walking confidently, headed straight toward my mailbox. She looked around, as if checking to see if anyone was watching. Then she opened my mailbox, pulled out the mail, calmly slipped it into her bag, and walked away like nothing had happened. For a moment I was stunned, and then I saw her face, and I was in complete shock. Karen, yes, that Karen, the head of our homeowners association. The same woman who decided the size of the flowers in everyone's front yard. The one everyone trusted for advice and problem-solving. Always seen in her perfect image. But here, the scene was the opposite. I rushed inside, opened my laptop, and filed a mail theft complaint on the U.S. Postal Inspection Service website. I gave them all the details, date, time, address, everything. 2 days later, I got a call. A man named Inspector Mitchell spoke in a serious tone. "We take mail theft very seriously. What you're describing matches some other recent complaints. I'd like to come and see the setup." The next day, Inspector Mitchell arrived. I showed him the area, explained the mailbox setup, and told him when the activity usually happened. He listened patiently and said, "We'll set up a sting operation. We'll place marked decoy mail in your box and monitor it with a hidden camera." Now I knew Karen wasn't getting away this time. The next morning, everything was set. The inspector placed a fake bank statement, a dummy envelope, and a small parcel with a GPS chip inside my mailbox. I stayed inside but kept watch through my window, heart pounding. 5 a.m. It happened. Karen walked up again. A little more casual today. But she did the same thing. Opened the mailbox, took everything, stuffed it in her bag, and turned to leave. Inspector Mitchell, through his walkie-talkie, said, "Now, move in." An undercover officer who was parked nearby approached her immediately. He stopped her politely and said, "Ma'am, we need to talk to you. It's regarding stolen federal property." Karen froze, speechless. When they showed her the camera, footage and the marked envelope, her face turned pale. She stuttered, "I didn't mean to. I was just checking. I thought maybe it was community mail." But the evidence was crystal clear. There was no excuse that could save her. Her confidence was gone. The police escorted her away. In her eyes, you could see both guilt and shame. She knew. She had finally been caught. At the police station, Karen confessed everything. She admitted she had been stealing residents' mail for months. She started doing it to gain more control as the HOA head. She wanted to know who was complaining about her, who had filed reports, who had overdue bills, or who received official notices. She filtered out any mail that she saw as a threat to her position. She even confessed to stealing some online deliveries, just to know what people were buying. To her, it was never about money. It was about power and control. When I was told all this, I sat silently for a moment. I never imagined someone we trusted so much, the face of our community, could sink to this level. When the news spread, the entire neighborhood was in shock. Even Karen's supporters were speechless. The HOA immediately removed her. New members were brought in, and strict new rules were set in place to make sure this never happened again. CCTV cameras were installed near the mailbox area. Every mailbox was upgraded to a secure, lockable design. Most importantly, HOA members no longer had any access to personal resident mail, not without written consent. People who once stayed silent began to speak up. Even those who feared Karen found their voices. This incident became a turning point for the entire community. As for me, I never intended to expose anyone. I just wanted to find my missing mail. But that small investigation uncovered a much bigger truth. Sometimes what looks like a small problem is hiding something huge underneath. Karen was found guilty in court. She was fined, placed on probation, and her record was permanently stained. She could never again be part of any HOA committee. Her name was ruined, and the image she had built over years shattered in just days. Now, when I sit on my balcony with my cup of tea and look at the mailbox, I feel a strange kind of peace, that doubt, that anxiety. It's all gone. Because now I know my mail is truly mine, and no one without permission can ever touch that part of my life again. Karen's chapter may have ended, but what she left behind was a community that's stronger, louder, and finally awake.